Warning, 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 warning. This is a emergency broadcast. Code Red, hold on, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You're listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law, and here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the air on Friday night.
Friday night. Oh,
we have a new guest.
A new one.
Boy, some of these guests are coming.
It's
Keep
exciting.
them up.
Good. I'm glad you're happy about this.
All right, guest.
Who do we have here with us tonight, Uncle?
You're on air.
Wait.
New system.
We're not. Are we good? But
new
it's
system.
What's the system?
He's on the air.
Okay, guest, you're on the air. That's a new system.
That's a new system.
That's the new system?
Yeah, because I sometimes forget the names. Yeah. So, what do we have to say, guest person? This is what you say. You got to get with the program.
Is this when I say my thing?
Go ahead. Yep.
Go for it. Yes. Introduce yourself,
Yeah,
guest.
introduce yourself, guest.
Oh, my name is Sand, S-A-N-D, like on the beach. My last name is Sheff, but it's spelled with an S. And I'm a hay farmer and guitar picker.
Here you play some music.
I do sometimes.
What kind of music do you play?
Well, it's kind of country music, I guess. Right now, I have a bluegrass band, kind of.
Oh,
yeah.
And, but I've been playing music a long time, so I play a lot of different kinds of music.
Oh, I see.
Uncle.
We got this sidekick. My sidekick wants to talk now. I'm giving him his name. I'm the uncle, and I call him the sidekick.
Well, first of all, I just want to give out the live call-in number. If anybody wants to talk with, have a question for our guest, Sand Sheff, and join the conversation with us, of course, the number is 252-301-2255. Please call.
Call on the air. I'm on the air at this time. So give a ring on the telephone or ring on this side man in here. They'll get you connected with no charge.
He will, yes. Call right up.
Call up right now if you want to talk.
But yeah, Uncle, Sand is quite the musician. He's got lots of great country songs. And I thought that what we could do tonight is play a song so that you get to hear his music. You've never heard Sand's music before, have you?
No.
Quick interruption, gentlemen. We have a caller on the line.
Look at that. Coming up.
Okay, well, let's
bring him in.
Bring that caller in. That's first things first here.
First thing first, we get a caller in, and then we'll have the song.
Okay.
Hello, caller. What's your name, and where you from?
Well, hello, Uncle. I'm kind of tough with names, too. So, you're Uncle Cracker, aren't you? Isn't that correct?
Oh, I'm the Uncle Cracker. Now, wait a minute. I have a feeling I know who this is.
Who could this be?
I lost track.
Ianon. I go by Ianon. You know, you might have. This is Ed the Mailman, brother.
Ed the Mailman. Hey, you're the
I've
one
been waiting to talk to you for forever, man.
You're the one that came out the post office box. He got the money. He's getting the pictures, and I've seen the pictures. You're the guy that does those.
Right? I've sent you some pictures, maybe. Yeah, some pictures.
In his mailbox.
Yeah.
This is the guy I'm talking about.
This is Ed. Yeah, he sends us mail. Lots of good
this
stuff.
is the guy.
Ed, thanks for calling.
I haven't for a while. I've been falling down on my job. I'm really sorry about that, but I'm going to get back on the horse soon.
Yeah,
but,
get on that horse and gallop.
Yeah, I hear you.
See, I told you this is my show.
Hey, I got a little beef with you, Uncle. Though, can I raise that here?
Go ahead.
You guys move out from the east, right? And what the heck are you thinking? Going with the Angels and not the Dodgers out there? What the heck, man? The Dodgers are the only team that matters down there.
National League. Let me explain to you.
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language. I explain to you what I'm trying to tell other people. Why I got away from the National League is I lived in Florida. Hear this. This is the stupidest kind of measurements, ownership that I ever heard of.
You're talking about the
win
Marlins.
a Super Bowl. They win a World Series. They split the team up.
Oh,
How
yeah, I
would
know.
you
I know
like-
about that. That was dumb. Well, they just got done doing it again with the new ownership now. They got rid of all their good players again.
Oh, what team?
The Marlins.
Oh,
Yeah, the Marlins.
They
Jeter took
close.
over down there and split it all up again, man.
Well, no, they didn't win a World Series. They didn't even get.
Oh
in
no,
the
not
playoffs.
yet. But they had a lot of good players, and they got rid of them again. I don't know. Yeah, I think they not working too good. But
let me tell you the word. I can say this word. They are stupid.
I agree.
Language, because they do not know how to measurement the team. And the reason why I went to the National, to the American, of course, I live closer to the house, closer to the.
We were like 5 miles away from
5 miles away
the
from
stadium.
It, and it was a
Right. I
National
get
League
that.
team.
I remember you guys
And
talking
that's-
about that. Yeah.
And that's why, and that's the main reason I moved over to the National.
Well, that's okay. It's time now, though, man. It's time to go over to the Dodgers. They need the help. They get to the World Series, but they can't win the darn thing.
And
so I need your energy behind them, man.
That's the other problem I'll talk about. That's another problem I have to talk
World
about.
Series. Oh, there's lots of problems with the
that
baseball.
team has to get rid of the manager.
You're talking about the Dodgers.
The Dodger.
I don't know.
Listen, you look at it a minute. Just look a moment. He played the Houston Astros the following year.
Right.
The dingbat couldn't keep the pitcher in long enough, and he grabs him out.
Oh, yeah. Game
And
2
now
last year is on the manager. I'm 100% with you on that, my friend.
And it's the same
That's for
thing
sure.
happened this year. Same darn thing happened this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Same thing. But you know,
I agree.
Boston, you see Boston, that management gave the starter, take as long as you want, bam. And they couldn't touch them.
As long as they're going good, leave them in, right?
That's exactly my point.
Yeah, me too, man.
That's the reason.
Yeah, but Ed, thanks for calling tonight, because I actually just renewed my mailbox down at the.
You did?
I don't stop by enough, and
you better start now, because he's going to mail something.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
well, we have the box, and thanks for all the great mail. I mean, it's so awesome that you call in like this. It's great.
So is it do you have a new box? You're going to put that up, or is it the same one?
We have one
at the website.
We have the one in Riverside, which is new compared to like the one that we had before in Orange.
Oh yeah,
Riverside.
I don't know. I think I wrote once to Riverside.
Yeah, it's still that same address. Still
it's
have
that
that
same address.
Okay, good, yeah.
But
because
bring your stuff to him, to that.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be writing to you guys again soon. But hey, is Sand Sheff still there?
Yeah. Do you have a question for Sam?
You have a question, Sam?
I don't have a question. I just want to say what a great book you wrote, because when one of the early shows I listened on Aaron's program was yours, and man, you hit me right where I live in a lot of ways.
Good.
That book was great, and I've got some of your music too that I bought, and good stuff too.
Really? Oh, that's
absolutely,
cool.
yeah.
Great.
And I just keep hoping. I haven't got your children's book, but I'm thinking of maybe getting that now for my niece for the upcoming pagan holiday we got coming here. And
Thanksgiving. That's our next one.
I'm thinking a little further down the road, but I haven't seen that yet, the children's book, so I'm kind of excited to go look at that. Yeah.
Oh, cool! I think you might like it. You can get them for like super cheap now. Because I sold a whole bunch right up until the eclipse, and then the day after the eclipse happened, I couldn't give the things away. So.
Oh wow! Yeah. I should really get some of your Real is Good book and hand them out to the grown-ups too, because that's something everybody should read, really. That lives in this world we live in. And you ever think of writing anything else along those lines, or continuing on that theme, or just busy with the music?
Yeah, I am actually going to. I'm going to probably write another thing. I'm working on it right now. I've been working on it for years, trying to get everything together, and get the right thoughts together to make it. Because you want to try to make it. You want to try to make it as accessible as you can to everybody, and even try to put a little funny stuff in there. So I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah.
But right now I'm neck deep in music, and I'm going to be recording next week, and I got a good band, and we're just kind of going to have to play it by ear, Ed.
Yeah, I hear you. I think it's also, if I was a writer, I think part of the problem would be trying to write for a wider audience, because you're some of the stuff that like Aaron talks about, and your book. You're the only people who are going to buy it are the choir, but you'd have to dumb it down so much for the general public. I don't know. I don't know. That would just be a difficult editing job, it seems like.
Well, it is. It's the great challenge of it. The challenge of it is to explain something that it is fairly simple on some level, but when you simplify it too much, it gets dangerous. And so people can. The main danger is people getting crazy over it. Because for some reason there's a lot of people that want to just be, that are either on the edge or they're crazy and or whatever, and then you don't want to encourage them to think of it simplistically, because it's not simplistic. There's a lot of different elements to it, but at some point you just got to say whatever you can and then hope for the best, right? So
I think I remember when you were on first that you had read Aaron's book.
Mm-hmm. Revolve.
I think he found a good middle ground. I think he found that middle ground, where you could give that to somebody to read, but you're also learning something, in there too, even if you know a little about some of it. Yeah.
Well, I wish I could have written a book like Aaron wrote, because it's well researched and properly credited and all this and that, and it's a real relief to read, because it gets, and also because it goes into the history of this idea, going way back, into the Egyptian and into the Middle Ages and everything. Where this idea, and I think that's super cool, and the people.
I agree. Yeah, but I still feel like it was pretty accessible too. You could give that book to somebody, maybe, too. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I encourage that. Yes, yeah. Buy as many books as you want and hand them out as gifts. I'm very much in favor of that.
Of course, but I mean, your style, though, do you see that in yourself? I mean, I think you have a depth, but you also kind of make it accessible. I think that's a kind of a gift almost,
Yeah, I feel like I could make it more accessible yet, and even maybe move into other mediums and do that. And that's something I've been giving thought to as well. It's like, well, maybe go back to other mediums, and it's something that's on the burner always, and something that's always in the back of my mind, and we'll see.
Right,
He could use that. He could use that push, because his broadcast isn't, his buddy and him, he hasn't been talking much, so he can use the push.
I need some kind of push, otherwise it's just not going to happen. So the paper
of doing the book would be a good idea for him.
Yeah,
because mine is hitting every Friday nights, and he can't get his buddy. Can't keep up with my broadcasting because he can't get his buddy to talk to him because he's in the other country.
Uncle's an example for us all.
And so
you mean the movie deal? Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about themes and memes.
Yeah, the themes and memes I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. His show. His show is what I'm talking about. So
Adam and I are emailing right now, trying to schedule something for Sunday. It's very difficult for a number of reasons, but we're working on it. We're still going.
I think you got about 3 jobs, but just unfortunately for you, they're not all paying jobs, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Problem in mine. So, see, I can get on Friday nights, and boom, I get all these people. I mean, like this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
well,
but, when I work part-time down at Chapman now, and all I could do is get ready for Friday's talk show.
Exactly.
That's my thinking. Get ready for a talk show for whoever comes in. Come on, shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
But I'd like us to get into the conversation.
I've been waiting a while to have a conversation with you, man. I mean, I always either I'm working or since you guys went live or I forget about the live show, And, man, tonight it was a night off, and I was listening to Aaron's show. And hey, tonight's the night. And so I'm glad I had the night off and could get a hold of you, man.
Yeah, call back again, please.
Call back again.
Definitely I will. And
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you guys take care and keep on uncling on and seeking on and all of that good stuff, guys.
Yeah,
will do. Thanks, Ed. We can't wait to read your next postcard. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'll get something together. And all right, take care, guys.
All right, thanks, Ed.
All right.
Thanks, Ed.
Oh, there's a good short fella.
Yeah.
Well, now we're back with the guest.
We're back again.
Hey, that guy can talk.
Yeah. He writes long letters to us. Really cool stuff. So it's great to hear him.
Pretty good talks, and he reads them.
Yeah.
And that's what you should get into a little bit of.
Writing letters.
The
lost art form of writing letters. Yeah.
No, you do a lot of reading. Well, yeah.
What do you think about that, Sand?
Yeah, what about Sam?
Yeah, I'd like to write a letter someday. I need to.
Yeah, we're all forgetting this art. But
okay,
Uncle,
let's get back with the music.
The music. Would you, Uncle, like to listen to a song by Sand and his band Quicksand Soup?
Yeah, I like to hear what an example of a song.
Sand, I'll have you give a little intro to this. I'll let you know it's the phone, your face stuck in a phone song. Is there anything you'd like to tell Uncle or the audience before we play this?
Oh, this is just going out for all those lovely ladies out there who are too fine to have their face in a phone.
All right.
I know where he's going with that.
Good intro. Okay, and with that,
go with that,
we'll have Chuck play the song here, and we'll be listening to it right now. Hope you enjoy this.
Lord, you're a beauty, a certified cutie, a damn so divine, sip of heavenly wine. Your eyes are like the moonrise, cheeks are like a rose. Your lips like ships on sunset trips beneath the island of your nose. Only problem with that pretty face is it's hardly ever shown. You always seem to have it stuck right down in your phone. I said you're too fine, you're too fine. A blazing blossom hanging from a honeysuckle vine. You belong along some lazy river tanning on a stone. You're too fine to have your face in the phone.
All right. What do you think of that, Uncle?
That's pretty good music there. Keep up that kind of music. I might like that music. That sounds good.
We like it.
What was you laughing about? What are you laughing
good.
at? Yeah. Well.
Sand, what was the inspiration there?
What music? Yeah. What was that? Hey, Uncle, what music do you listen to?
Well, I'm a little harder on the work, but a little bit of Guns N' Roses, more Beatle music.
The Beatles. You like the Beatles?
Oh, I love Beatles. Now, you get into the Beatles, you're down my alley.
You like a lot of classic rock,
and
right?
Classic rock.
From the 60s?
In the 60s, mainly 60s. But I listen to the 70s, 80s, when these guys' music now. But that's my main one, though, is the 60s.
Right, that's good music.
Yeah. That's because when I was born, under where I was born.
Yeah, different time. And
with this bum with his mic.
No, it's all right. No, go on, Sand.
Well, I was just going to say there's a different time of music, not to, go on too much about it, but there was an interesting thing that happened. For a long time, people were able to sing songs as long as they made money for somebody. And so it was actually, the songs themselves weren't as regulated and censored and created, but then after some point in the 1970s, they figured out that they would just make the people that we listen to and kind of make us listen to stuff. So you started to see this rapid decline in music. Some people still popped out that had really cool things to say, and they still do to this day. But there's definitely a switch in they somebody needed to get control of the music industry, and they did somewhere in the 1970s. So it's interesting you like that old music, because that old music was basically just people making whatever music they wanted to, and some company decided to make some money off of it. And it's a different scene nowadays.
Yeah,
I was in Nashville,
I do like some. Don't get me wrong. I do like some country music. Now, it's picky on the music, but that one you was pretty good. But I have certain ones. Like, there's one song. What was that song we were trying to think of?
A country song?
Country song that we couldn't figure out was one of them.
Who were we speaking with? Was it on air?
No, we were talking about what the song was.
Oh.
Here I go again to thinking.
I'm not quite sure.
I forget that lady's name again.
Oh, it's a female vocalist?
It's a female vocalist, yeah.
I can't remember.
See, we're in that funk.
Yeah, it's just that song you can't remember.
Yeah, it's that one song.
But you can't forget it either, because it's so good.
Get it, and I can't.
I love that song.
A quick guess.
Song it was.
A quick guess, Uncle. Could it be something by Dolly Parton?
No.
No. Okay.
It started with an S.
Stand by your man.
No.
Yeah.
Because that song. I like him back with that song. I can't think of it.
Well, that's all right. We don't have to remember everything here.
My head is just blink on
Uncle, do you know?
I heard on the radio, though.
I'm not sure if you caught it, but that song that we played of Sands there, the theme was about cell phones and people being on cell phones too much. Did you catch that?
Oh, no. I didn't. But I was listening.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
It's easy to miss those things the first time through. I understand.
I didn't catch that.
What do you think about it? You think that's a good message for people?
Good for people, yeah. That was good for people, but I didn't, when you said cell phones, I didn't really catch it. I was listening to the music, going on with the music.
Yeah.
Because it had a beat to it.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't catch what you're talking about.
Music tends to do that. It's hard to, really get the full meaning or even pay attention to what's being said the first time through.
If you just gone through it and not think about it, yeah, you forget about it. And that's what happened to me, because I didn't think about it.
Sand, you're a professional. Is this how music works, or are we making this up?
Is this the right way?
No, it's exactly how music works. Exactly how music works. It's it mostly works on the rhythm and the melody. The lyrics are the third thing that come through. The rhythm and the melody, matter to people fundamentally. And if you think about all those like Rolling Stone songs where you can't tell even what they're saying, like 90% of the time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like Jumpin' Jack Flash, you hardly know.
Oh yeah, it was him.
But it's a great song.
Remember
right?
him?
And you, as long as you can get out Jumpin' Jack Flash, right? It's a gas, then everything's all right, and then whatever else they say is fine. But that's just the way it is, and most music works like that. There's lyric-driven music, which is it's an old school thing because there's been balladeers from the time immemorial, right? And what they used to do is they'd have the person in the tribe that knew all the songs of the tribe, and it became a custom, like in Greece and stuff, you pop their eyes out so that they couldn't leave because they remembered all the stories of the tribe, so that you blinded them so they'd have to hang around with you. And that's why Homer was blind, right? The Greek.
Homer Pyle? Gomer Pyle?
Not Gomer Pyle, because
oh wow!
Homer.
The classic poet. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
the Iliad. The guy who wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Oh, that one.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Uncle, do you mind if I ask Sands a question?
Go ahead.
I hear in your music, I was listening to it, and I made sure not to listen to it before the show, but I actually hear a couple of odd influences coming together, and I'm wondering if I'm right, because I hear almost the generic kind of square dance sound when it comes to the melody, but somewhere in there, I'm don't know why, I hear the channeling of Merle Haggard going on. What do you have to say about that? Am I way off or what?
Oh, you're probably right on. It's somewhere in there. I don't listen to a lot of Merle. My dad listened to a lot of Merle Haggard. It's a square dance melody. You nailed that one. It's just your basic dung chink, dung chink, dung chink, dung chink. Turn your partner, left to the right. It's all that. And I don't actually usually write songs like that, but I wrote that one because it just came out that way. But yeah, there's Merle. I like Merle. I sing a few Merle Haggard songs. I sing a bunch of songs like that.
I should take that back. I did hear that.
You heard that?
I heard that one. But
sure.
Chuck was saying, I did hear that.
Oh, yeah.
But I just didn't hear the cell phones.
Yeah, I had to ask that for Uncle, because I know he probably, thought it and then let it go out of his head, because I know you would have had to have thought of square dancing, right? I mean, that's definitely what I heard with the melody from the fiddle, and also the structure, how it's kind of, it's got that certain beat to it. Really fascinating.
Well, it's a fiddle tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you call an old-time fiddle tune has those different parts to it, and that's exactly what that is. It's exactly like that's why that fiddle's in there. It's a fiddle tune, and so fiddle tunes, of course, are square dances as well. This is an old-time standard thing, come over from the Irish, and then Americans turned it into its own thing. Let it blossom over here in America.
See, this, folks, is how you know a real musician is on tonight, because he knows the history, the basis, exactly what his intent was. It's not somebody who just generated something because it clicked together and looked all right in the rhythm, and that's it. This is an actual musician, everybody. So for those of you listening, I want you to recognize you're hearing Uncle and Aaron speak with a true real musician. Thank you. And now I'm going to shut up, but thank you for letting me ask the question, Uncle.
There's producer Chuck's 2 cents. Thank you,
that's
Chuck.
just 2 cents in.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's a good 2.
We got to get in touch with remember the guy from...
Oh, well, yeah.
I forgot all about that until now. He said something.
Well, Uncle's remind me that I need to give a shout-out. Is that what you're saying?
Now, when we get the shout-outs.
We'll do this shout-out later, but I will just say now, I will encourage people to go to sandsheff.com, because as Sand was saying earlier, all his music is up there for free, and there's lots of great stuff. I would personally, my favorite song is Lord Go Easy. I love that.
Is that the song I just heard?
No, that's another song. And it sounds very much different from the song we just heard, but yeah, I love that one.
That's a Christian song. Hey!
Yeah,
he's finally learning something.
Finally.
Oh. Keep working on him.
Anything to say about that, Sam?
About Lord Go Easy?
Yeah.
Keep working on him with it. He needs it.
Well, about anything. Yeah, just pick it up.
Yeah. Well,
any of them.
Yeah, no, I got all that music out there. It's right. You can probably about 150 songs sitting over there on my website you can listen to for free. was in Nashville for 5 years. I was in Austin for 3 years. I've made 15 records. They go all over the place. I got rock and roll songs on there. I got hardcore country. I got acoustic music. It's got all sorts of different stuff. And so what happened is that somewhere along the line when I was a kid, I made some agreement. And the agreement was that I just sing out whatever come into me, and that's what I did. And so in exchange, I've had kind of an interesting life. And the songs, man, they're coming from the life I lived, and so that's what I do. And I guess that's about it. But Lord Go Easy is that song right there. It kind of talks about all the scene we're in and everything. So, you know, some of my songs talk about how we're living these days, and then some of them are just about, you know, drinking, and other songs about dancing.
Oh, but when I'm gonna tell you something, Sam. I was gonna say, see, I'm getting to a point now. I made a decision.
Decision time.
Putting on the moment I guest, I'm gonna put them on my phone, and I'm gonna listen to, let's say, his broadcast and his music.
You can listen to his music on your phone.
On it, so that way, so I have your broadcast I can listen to, because I listen to broadcasting.
Yeah,
not mainly mine, but I listen to others.
To his music and all that stuff.
You just put on, and I'll credit it from him. I'll get it from you to get it for him.
We'll get it on there. It'll be in there.
Put it in there for him.
Give you lots of material to listen to.
That's how I'm going to do it from now on.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thinking.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you putting me on your phone.
Uncle. Yeah, because I want to hear that song.
Just don't get your head stuck in the phone, Uncle.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I do when I get on the train. I'm calm. I just don't know why. I'm calm with the broadcast.
Oh yeah, you sit there and you put on a podcast and you listen to it and maybe look out the window or something like that.
Yeah, that keeps me calm.
Yeah.
So like your wife out there, she tells me, calm down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start doing that.
Soothe those old nerves after a long day of work.
Stop. Yeah, that's how I do things. So on the way home.
Hey, you know, Aaron, you could also get the audio version of Sand's book off of YouTube and let Uncle hear that. I think that would be very cool, too, because it's up there. And we're going to give the link out, you know, not only through your podcast for Uncle, the podcast, but we'll give it out for the combined one that comes out at Ocelli.com so people can go look for free and take a listen to the book as well. I think Uncle might be interested to hear that. I know it's a children's book, but it's rather fascinating, right?
Yeah. Would you like to? Yeah, Sand made a children's book, Uncle.
I like songs. If there's songs, there's music in them. I'll listen to anything if there's music in them. Like he's a song producer, like you said.
Uncle,
Chuck.
Do you like eclipses?
Yeah.
Do you like the moon?
Yeah.
I bet you'll love this book.
Well, then.
I bet. Do you want to hear it?
Again?
Yeah, no, what we're gonna listen to now is Sand's children's book that he just wrote. We're gonna we can listen to it and say what we think of it afterward.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Well, so here it is.
Well, hang on, I'm not quite ready for that. But if you guys want to actually
get to watch it too,
I could watch it, but we could play a sound clip from it if you want. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like
they're
to.
Talking about.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, let's go for it. If you can, Chuck, let's hear it.
Go ahead. So we'll talk about.
Sure, give me a couple of minutes here, and let Sand talk about it a little bit because it's a rather interesting looking video as well. But I also see on the website there's a science section in some of these books you might not expect as well. Sands, am I right? Or Sand, excuse me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a book about the eclipse, about how the sun is the same apparent size as the moon in the sky. But at the end of it, there's a 12-page science section that talks about all sorts of interesting facts and figures about the moon, the sun, and the earth, and also about eclipses themselves and how rare they are. where they're extremely rare. And so we had a very okay. You can, but the eclipses aren't just something that solar eclipses, lunar eclipses are fairly frequent, but solar eclipses only happen very, very infrequently. And so it was amazing that we had one last year in America. So, and there's another one coming up in 2024 in America, which is also amazing.
Another
eclipse coming. Get ready for it, Uncle.
Every 4 years? Yeah, it's every 4, right?
Well, it's no.
And?
It's pretty rare.
Oh,
pretty rare.
They're pretty rare. They had they almost never happen. They say 95% or 98% of the people in the world never see a total solar eclipse.
Total solar eclipse.
Right. But there is going to be another one that comes down through America, which is amazing, in 2024, right around Easter sometime in April.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's that close to the last one, really.
It is. It's pretty wild. And there's only in a 10-year span, from 2015 to 2025, there's only 7 solar eclipses on planet Earth. One of them just goes straight over the ocean. One of them's Antarctica. 2 of them in Chile and Argentina, and then 2 of them in the U.S., which is pretty amazing.
Do you ever see the fall starting? Stars fall off the sky?
You're talking about a shooting star.
Yeah. Seen a lot of them.
Those happen a bit more often. Those are fun too, though. I love those.
That's right.
So I'll tell you what. Let's all take a quick listen to an excerpt. We're not going to play the whole thing, but an excerpt from Eclipse Miracle. The sun is the same size as the moon in the sky. That is the title of the video, and you can find it on YouTube. We're all going to take a listen to it now. There you go.
No. All right. You like that book? Oh, yeah, they definitely like that.
Oh, good.
Sand, what got you, where was the idea to make a kid's book?
It's really wild. I was in Nashville. I was there for 5 years trying to make it in country music, right? And then I at a friend's house, and they had public access television on. And there was some professor or teacher or something giving this lecture, and they said, of course, the sun is the exact same apparent size as the moon in the sky because the sun is 400 times bigger. But that's why we have solar eclipses, because the moon passes in front of the sun. And it floored me, because there I was 29 years old, and I was finally finding out for the first time in my life that the sun is the exact same apparent size as the moon in the sky.
Yeah.
And I was like, why didn't they ever teach us this? Because instead they told us about they tell us about eclipses, and they make this big, long, convoluted thing about shadows crossing in front of the Earth and this and that. But they don't tell you the sun. The reason why you get a solar eclipse, it's not the same for a lunar eclipse, but the reason why you get a solar eclipse is because the moon goes in front of the sun and it blots it out perfectly.
Yeah, it does.
In the spaces where it's like where you have a 3-minute or 4-minute eclipse, it's like 102%. The moon's a little bit bigger, but right on the edges of that eclipse line, it's 100.00%. This is a crazy thing, right? We live in an obviously beautifully created story, and we are actually probably all really important characters in that story. And that's mostly what I wanted to say with that book, is that there's this proof that we're loved on some level. We're loved. There's proof of it. It's right in the sky. Two biggest lights in the sky. They match up. And some people get it, and some people think it's cool, and some people just go, whatever. Same size.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you get it, Uncle?
You gotten the point of what Lord is doing. I mean, it's there. You got what you're doing is properly. That is exactly what he is actually doing. He's doing what you were saying.
He's doing
just like that. But I was going to talk about an eclipse for a minute. Now, when the sun is up and it's near the moon and it closes the sun, it feels like it's dark right in front of that.
It turns to
really
nighttime.
Can go darker if it really would be, Sam?
Yeah, and it got dark last year. I went up to Driggs, Idaho. Went up to Driggs, Idaho to watch the total eclipse, and so I watched the total eclipse up there, and it gets dark, and you could see some stars pop out, and it's the weirdest light you've ever seen. It's the strangest, right before the eclipse is one of the strangest lights that I just can't ever, there's nothing like it. It's very, very odd phenomenon.
But that's the only... Oh.
Go ahead.
That is the only time you can see straight at it because the moon is blocking the sun. Because if you had the sun in front of you, you can't see a thing.
No, you don't want
to look at have that when it's blocking the sun is the only time you can look straight at it.
It makes the corona, as
that was that
word, around the
corona around it.
Yeah,
that's what.
Well, yeah, it's the only time. It's the only time you can. Only time you can look at the sun, and that's the weirdest thing ever. Is it's the only time, and you look up, and it turns out the moon is the exact same time. It's pretty incredible.
That is crazy.
Actually, is the same. So the conclusion of this whole thing, they are the same size.
Yeah, and beyond that, what does that mean, Uncle? What does it mean? How'd it get like that? How'd that happen? I don't get it.
How we've been born. How did we get born? Same way they do. The horn puts it up there, and they put it up there. It's the same way. So we need to teach this guy to go.
I didn't think about it that way.
That's the way you think about it.
I get it.
Now you do.
I do.
You gotta have to teach him.
Now I do. Now I get it.
So
I like that idea.
Yeah. Well, that's the way.
Okay.
Well.
Sam, is that true?
Does that sound right, Sam?
Is this true?
That sounds right to me.
Yeah. So
that's the way it is.
That's the way it goes. So
it could just be a coincidence. Like, what if it's a coincidence, Uncle?
Coincidence?
They're the same size just because it kind of happened that way.
It's like a boot and a shoe. And what size would be larger? It'd be lopsided.
Yeah, boot's a little heavier than a shoe.
Heavier than a boot, than a shoe. So it's, what are you laughing about? That's true. I'm just making an example of this kind of thing he's trying to tell me. So I give the information to know the size of them. That's what you want to know, sidekick.
I do.
I'm giving him, call him sidekick now.
It's good. I need some kind of name.
Yeah.
And I need to know about boots being heavier than shoes.
Yeah. Well, we got...
That's for sure.
It was a busy night today at work, I tell you. I'm glad that we got this.
Yeah, it's good. Uncle, why don't we ask Sand if he has any shout-outs he'd like to give to people tonight?
What shout-outs you have, Sam? Sam, it sounds like... niece.
I just give a shout out to everybody who's hanging in there these days, and everybody that might be down and wanting to pick themselves up and just tell them to hang in there because everything's going to be all right. That's about all I do. I got a lot of friends out there, and I've got some that are listening to this, and they know who I'm thinking of, and I love them all for the work they do and the lives they've led and all the good feelings they always send my way. And so I send it out to all my friends who actually work in the field of warning people about emerging technologies and their potential dangers. Got some good friends, Catherine Albrecht, and down in Australia. I got some friends down there too that work in the same field. So blessings to everybody. How about that? Was that good enough?
That's okay. That's okay.
Those are good shout outs.
We like shout outs. I'm in good shout outs. That before. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That was
okay.
I'm not as up to date on the radio as I used to be. I'm hanging in there though.
Well, radio for you.
Having me on.
Your business is a radio operation because you're doing the music, and what do? Turn on the switch to radio to listen to music, right?
You're right.
So that would be your business, like
audio.
doing that audio stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you get around of getting on podcasting, always welcome to have me on. You'll be on my anytime you need to come to my.
Bring you back
on my guest.
It's great to have you back again.
I'll have you back again.
Well, that's awesome, Uncle.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
I like because I would always bring back a person that does a lot of good singing. I mean, I'm a person that listens to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. I don't know about my sidekick, but
I never listen to any music.
You don't listen to music?
No.
But I do. Oh?
Lots of questions to ask a musician, for sure.
Yeah.
We got lots of questions for a future interview.
Future interview. I just have to figure
We're coming up with the questions right now.
Yeah, well, they're coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we got the shout-outs out of the way, your turn for a shout-out.
Uncle knows that I have an important shout-out to give. We do a little game on Instagram. It's where I just play. It's Name That Tune. I played a little guitar part from like a popular song, and I played "Spirit in the Sky" by Norman Greenbaum. I posted that on Instagram today, and guess who guessed it right was our friend Rod from the Listening Party Podcast. He got it. So shout out to Rod and the Listening Party Podcast there.
And come on, call up sometime so we can hear you talk.
Yeah. Call
in,
Rod.
Been, Rod?
Well, he and Denise both were on the show live and in person now.
In person here. Yeah. Actually came here. Wasn't here?
Yeah.
It was here.
Had him in studio.
We had him in studio.
That was great.
First people that we had in studio.
Yeah.
Those people.
Yeah, so that was awesome. We'll have to do more of that. So shout out to you, Rod.
Yeah.
So Aaron.
And,
I was going to give another shout out. I remember my friends in Australia. I was trying to think of their website because I wanted to give the website. And then I got lost in my memory. There's something that people should go look at if they ever get a chance to want to keep up on the top technologies and stuff. It's called Uber Valence. Have you ever seen that, Aaron?
No, I haven't.
It's called Uber, UBER Valence.com. And it's run by a lady named Katina Michael and her husband, Michael, MG Michael. And it's always like the most interesting and up to date. But she's the editor of the IEEE Technology and Society magazine. And they have a really interesting thing. So that's just something I would shout out there for people who are interested in the topics that we were talking about earlier. Those are good folks, and that's a good website.
Uber Valence. Okay, I'll have to check that out and maybe have them on as guests then. That'd be great. Yeah, thanks for the referral.
Well, yeah. If you ever get a chance to talk to Katina Michael, she's one of the most amazing ladies in the world. And what she does down there in Australia is what we were talking about earlier. She stands up in front of people and says what needs to be said. And she's also still a professor of technology and all that stuff at a major university. She's a very, very interesting, very powerful lady, Katina Michael. And
nice.
Michael. And they, I'm not saying that they agree with all the things I say or anybody agrees with all the things I'm saying. I'm just saying that people, I respect their work, and I think people should check it out.
All right. I know I will. Uncle, ubervalence.com.
Oh, well, get him on. We'll have him talk to us.
It's a possible guest we can be excited about there, too, for the future.
Let's see if she likes me talk.
Yeah.
My turn to shout out?
I'm sure she'll love you.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Females love me. Yeah, you hit the right spot. Final fact, talking about female, guess who hasn't showed up?
Yeah, say, who is it?
Sunshine. Where you at? You had a guy's guess.
We're waiting for the call.
But I don't know how long we have.
Could have spoke with Sand. Could have spoke with Ed, maybe even if you got it at the right time. There could have been a ton of people on the line.
Where the heck was she?
We'll hear from her again.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah.
I'll win. Yeah.
So, Sand, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for coming on the show. His show, my show, too.
Thank y'all for having me.
Anytime, you're welcome to come back.
Yep.
Thanks, Uncle. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. We'll be in touch, Sam.
Yeah, we'll
sure.
be in touch.
And of course,
right.
Sam. All right, take care now, Sam.
Take care, Sam.
Have a good night, my friend.
Good night. Have a nice night. And think about what you're going to listen to. Me talking. On my next podcast. You'll listen to him.
Yeah. I'll send you an email. I'll be in touch. Yeah, it'll be. And we'll
really get too much talking.
We will have you back on again, I'm sure, because it's great to be in touch again.
Good to talk to you, Aaron. Thank you, Chuck, for everything. Appreciate it. And we'll see you, Uncle.
Yeah, okay, you too. Well, anytime again.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So that was the one and only Sand Sheff. His website is sandsheff.com. That's SANDSHEFF.com. Definitely go to it to check out that book, check out his music. You can listen to all the music.
Yeah,
go to the website.
On the website, I want to get on my phone, like I said.
We'll have to get that music on your phone, Uncle.
You got the website, you can put it on. And I had him to do them things because I don't know how to do those things.
Well, I can help you out with that, of course.
Yeah.
So it was a fun show tonight, wasn't it, Uncle? We had a lot going on here.
That was a live show, but I had a nice conversation. We had a good conversation listening tonight.
Yeah,
now, I'm only listening to
it's nice to be able to do that.
To these two guys started talking to him and the guest, and him was going back and forth. Of course, didn't have my voice on it.
It came back. He came back.
But it's
a good way to do a show.
That's the guy that was always giving you letters.
He is Ed. Yeah,
Ed.
About Ed.
And that Ed showed him finally got up to want to talk me a bit about baseball. Well, I told him.
Thanks for calling in, Ed.
Yeah,
and again, please call in anytime. And anybody, any week, please, highly recommended, call in.
Call in.
Uncle, what's our website?
UncleThePodcast.com. UnclePodcast.com.
We're on Instagram.
Instagram.
We're on Twitter.
At
Uncle Podcast.
At Uncle Podcast.
What else do people need to go before we leave them here? What do they need to know about us or about anything?
To know about the dollar for the dollar.
There you go. We'll go dollar for dollar with you on the Dollar Store Beer Reviews.
Dollar reviews and the dollar for the people.
We're bringing the dollars to people.
No, we forgot to say the dollar Westmans.
We're giving it away.
The Westmans.
Westminster Abbey dollars.
No, it's
on the next Uncle the Podcast.
I'm talking about your dollar-shing with Westman.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Got to have that ending. Bye-bye. Don't know what I was talking about.